Hi everyone, so welcome back to a new video. Today is day 28 of our 30 days of JavaScript challenge, and the question that we have today is event emitter, and this is a medium level question. So in this question what we have been asked to design an event emitter class, and this will be an interface, okay, and this interface will be like like the one which is found in the node.js for the event target, okay. Like we have been said here, this interface is similar to the one found in node.js or the event target interface of the DOM, okay. So it should be it is basically like the event target or the event emitter that is found in node.js, okay. So the event emitter should allow subscribing to the events, okay. What the event emitter should allow, it should allow us to subscribe to the event and emit them, okay. Now, so this event emitter will have two methods. One will be subscribe and the other one will be emit. Now when we are like calling subscribe, it will carry two parameters. One will be the name of the string, the other one will be a callback function, okay. And this callback function will be called later when the event will be emitted, okay. So what we will have an event name and the other one will be a callback function, and this callback function, what will happen, it will be called when the event will get emitted, okay. Now this event, it should be able to have multiple listeners, okay. For the same event we can have multiple listeners, and when we are emitting the event, okay, every event, like whenever a new event will be emitted, it will have some callback, right. We were told here that this callback function will be called when the event will be emitted, right. So whichever event will get emitted, in that order only the callback will be called, right. We will see here, see, when emitting an event with multiple callback, each should be called in the order in which they are subscribed, okay. So in the order that they are being subscribed, the multiple callbacks will be called and the events will get emitted in that order only. An array of results should be returned, okay. Now when we are subscribing to the event, or we can say whenever we are subscribing, it will return some result. What we need to do is we need to push it in a result array and we need to return that, and we can assume that there are no callbacks passed to subscribe, like there are not any any uh, callback that is passed to subscribe which is like identical to the previous one. Every callback will be a unique callback, okay. So, and we have been told that the subscribe method should also return an object with an unsubscribe method, okay. Now this unsubscribe method, what it will do, it will help the user to unsubscribe, okay. And when it will be called, what should happen, the callback should be removed, okay. Now we were creating the array of callbacks, right. So from this the callback will get removed and it will return the required subscription list, or the it will return the required object, okay. So in this list of subscription, whichever callback we are removing, instead of that undefined should be returned, okay. Like we have been said here, when it is called, the callback should be removed from the list of subscription and undefined should be returned, okay. So in subscribe function, what we have been told, what should be done, like first of all it will have two parameters. One will be an event name, the other one will be a callback, okay. So we have been told that how means how many times this subscribe is being called, okay. The multiple the callbacks will be called in the same order as the subscribe function is being called, okay. So callbacks will be in same order, and this subscribe will be in same order. And now the other thing that we have been told here is that we can this subscribe will return array of result, and we can assume that this callback are not identical, it will be different. The other main point we have been told here is that this subscribe will contain another method which is called unsubscribe, And what this unsubscribe will help us to do, it will help us to remove the callback from the function, from the result, and instead of the callback, undefined will be returned. Okay, now what is the emit function? Okay, the emit function will also take two parameters. One will be the name of the string, name of the event as string, and the other one will be an optional argument that will be passed as a callback. Okay, that will be passed to the callback. Okay, we have a callback function, right, that we told that it will be called only when emitter, like event is emitted. Okay, so for this callback function only we will pass an argument, and it is an optional argument. Okay, so if there are no callbacks subscribed to the given event, what it means is, let's say whatever the event is getting emitted, it does not have any subscribes. Okay, so what will happen, it will return an empty array. So the final result that will be returned, if the event emitted does not have, event emitted doesn't have any subscribed value, then we will return empty array. Okay, and let's say we find that the subscribed value is there, then what we need to do, we need to return the result from the callback functions that we have got. Okay, so let's move on to the example. See, let's in the first time that we have done, we have called event emitter. What this will be creating the like instance of the class, and then we are trying to emit the event. Okay, now what we are doing here, we are calling the callback function 1, and it is returning a function, means we are this is a function. Okay, callback function 1, and it will return value as 5. Now what is happening, we have here returned as 5, and then we are subscribing. Okay, and then we are subscribing, and then again we are emitting. So our subscribe was having two parameters, right, one was name of the event, and the other one was the callback function. Okay, in the same way, emit also had two values, or the two parameters. One was the name of the event, the other one was a it was optional argument in which we were passing the value for the arguments for the callback function, right? So here in the subscribe also we are passing some value. Okay, now in the last what we are doing, we are just, okay, here for the emit we are having an empty array. Okay, we are not doing anything, we are just emitting the value. So whenever the function, whenever event is emitted without any value, what will happen, it will return an empty array. Okay, now after emitting the empty array, what will happen, we will move on to the subscribe. Now this subscribe has the name of the event and a callback function. Okay, so from this what we will get, we will get some value, that is 5. Now we have an array that is having 5 as the value. Okay, now again we are trying to subscribe, and what we have here, we have function name as first, and the other one callback function is returning 6. Okay, so now we had an array, right, with a with the name of the like event. So what we will do, we will use an object, because the the multiple callbacks are not getting repeated, so the values will be different, and event name can be same. So what we will do, we will use this event name as a key, and now our first, okay, first event, it has two values as returned. So now our event has two values, that is 5, and the second time when subscribe is called, then it will return 6. So our first event has 5 and 6. Now when emit is getting called, then what we had to do, we need to return the result. Okay, so what we will do here, we will simply return this 5 and 6 as it is shown here. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to do. Now let's see the approach for the question. In our approach, what we have seen, we had observed that we had to perform some operations, right? For subscribe we had to return some values, and it was mentioned that it will the callbacks will be unique, right? So we will follow those things, and we will move to the basic operations that will be performed in the question. Okay, so first what we were told, that when we are calling the subscribe function, then the value is getting added, right? The value is getting added into the, like, the event is getting added, and whatever function, means whatever the callback function is returning, it will be stored in the result also, right? So let's say we have a callback function, and we are initializing it with an empty array. Now we need to, like, first initial, after finding, once we have called the subscribe. Okay, now what was happening, once we had called the subscribe here, it was getting one event, right, and the other one was a callback function. So this event that we were getting, it will be acting like a key, right, and the other one that was getting stored was, the value that was getting returned was used as a value, right? So what we will do, we will use the event name. Okay, so we will use the event name as our key. So this callback that we are having, let's say subscribe is having two parameters. One is event, the other one is callback. Okay, so now what we will do, this callback that we are having, in this, for that event, we will either store a value that is, that we are getting. Okay, so this event will have some value. Okay, so here what we have here, this callback will have some value, so we will take that value, otherwise it will be an empty array. So what will happen, callback, either it will have some value, or it will simply be empty array, right? Other means, now this will be the first step, right? And let's say now we have, our callback is having some value, then what we will do, we will simply insert that value for that event, right? So what will happen, for that event, callback event dot push cv. Now what we are doing here, let's say I told, right, here this first event will be acting like a key, and the value will be this 5, or the whatever value is returned by the callback. So here first we are checking if our callback is returning any value or not, otherwise it will be an empty array only. So this is like the basic initialization. Okay, now let's say our callback is having any value, so it will simply store that, right? Now let's say our callback is returning some value for that event, so for that event, what we will do, we will store the callback value. So here that only we are doing. Let's say the index name is first event. Okay, so for that, what we will do, we will store the callback value at that index. Now this is what will happen when we are subscribing, right? This is only what we had to do. Now let's say we have unsubscribed it. Now in case of unsubscribe, what we were told, that we need to, like, delete the values, and we need to return undefined, right? So let's say we have the length of this callback, okay, greater than 1. So what we have to do, this, like, whatever this subscribe is getting called, it will be called in the, like, way in which the way the callback functions are called, and this subscribe is called, it will be in the same order, right? So whatever callback value is getting stored at 0th index, it will be the same for the first subscribe that is getting unsubscribed. Okay, so for what we will do in such cases, when the length is greater than 1, we will simply shift the, like, shift the array. Okay, so what we will do, we will do callback event dot shift. Okay, so here also we will have an event. This is basically acting like the key. Okay, so this will get shifted, and let's say if the length is not, like, length of the value is not greater than 1. Okay, so like we have 5 and 6 here. So this 5 is getting shifted. Now, if let's say we have only 6 here, right, in the value. So what we will do? We will simply delete that, right? So what we will do? We will delete callback at that index. Okay. So what we are doing? We are taking the like value at that index. It can be an array of values, right? So if the length of that array of values is greater than 1, we will simply shift one value, right? And if there is only one value, so what we will do in such case? We will only delete that value. Okay. So when after unsubscribe returns a value, it will return undefined for it, right? Now this is what we have to do inside subscribe function. Now the comes the value, comes the code for or the approach for the emit function. Emit function is going to be very easy. Okay, so in emit function what we have to do, what we had to do, if the emit if the result was empty, then what we had to do, we will have to return empty array only. Okay, if result was empty, was empty, or the callback, whatever callback array that we were storing, or whatever the values that were getting stored in the callback, it is empty, then we will return empty array. Otherwise what we had to do, we had to make it into a proper array, and we had to return it, right? This methods take in two arguments, and one will be optional one, the other one is going to be event name. And if there are no callbacks subscribed to the event, return an empty array. Otherwise, return an array of the result of callback calls in the order that they were subscribed. Okay. Now, what we have been told here, one, if it does not have any subscribed value, okay, or any subscribed value is not there, then we will return an empty array. If it has, then what we need to do? We need to means add all the values in the way that the callback function was called, and we need to return the value in that order only. Okay. So what we will do here, if this, I will not be using this here, we will use directly in the code, because we will be declaring a global variable which will be accessible in both the functions. Okay, so callback at that, for that event, if it is available, then what we have to do, we need to return callback. Now what we have to do, we have some callback value with arguments that was getting passed, right? And for that argument, what we had to do, we were getting some values at the answers. Okay, so we will simply callback of event dot map callback. So what we are doing here, this callback was returning some value, right? Each and every callback was returning some value for every event, right? Here, let's say we had first event, and it was called two times, so there was two callback functions. One was returning 5, the other was returning 6, right? Now this, when we are trying to map, okay, so what is happening, let's say we have this first event. Okay, now what it was storing is, at this index it was storing two functions. Okay, one, let's say name was function 1, the other one was function 2, and this function 1 and 2, these both were returning some values, right? And when we are calling these both functions, right, then what is happening is, it is returning the value, and when we are mapping, right, then what is happening, that value is getting stored in the form of an array. So basically what we are doing, this is like, we could have iterated one by one also, but this map, what it is doing, it is reducing the size of our code, and it is making the code concise. Okay, so let's try to understand it one more time. So what we are doing, this callback function we are calling. Okay, so the callback functions are called in the order, and what we are doing, if once every function is being called, then like function, let's say one function 1 is getting called, then it will return some value. Okay, So for the first event, like the event name was first, right? So for the first event, the value will get stored in the array. So we had two callback function, right? One was returning 5, the other one was returning 6. So 5 will get stored in the array, and again we will map. Okay, so what we will get? We will get 6. Now we will return this as the answer. Okay, so we are mapping on these values, okay, on this function, and what we are doing, we are sending callback values, so that when these functions are getting called, they return the value and we return those as the answer. Okay, so now let's move on to the code. So whatever little doubts are there, it will be cleared with that. So let's move on to the code now. Okay, now what we will do here, we will declare a value, a variable to store the result. Okay, so I will declare it as callback, and it will be an array, right? Now whenever the means subscribe function was called, then two things were happening, right? Like we were checking also that whatever value is there, if it is if the value is new, then we were adding that callback function. Okay, right, we were having some callback function and we were pushing it into a array, or the whatever the event name was present was acting like a key, and in that we were pushing the value or the callback function. So here what we will do, before like doing anything, we will check if the value if the callback has a callback event. Okay, callback has any event. I will use the same here. For this event name, it has any value or not. Okay, if it does not have any value, if it has any value, then it is okay. Okay, and now let's say it does not have value any sorry. So if it does not have any value, then what will happen, we will initialize with an array, or the value that will be stored at that index, it will be initialized with an array. Okay, and in that array, now what we will do, we will push the value. Okay, or we will push the callback function. Let's reduce the variable name, so we will call it cb. So this callback event, I will reduce this. So event. Now at for this index, whatever array is there, the means new callback function or whatever callback function we have will be pushed there. Now we have pushed the value. Okay, now after this, what we will do, this was happening when we were subscribing, right? Now when we were trying to unsubscribe, then what we were doing, for that like for that event name, we were checking if any value is present or not, or any callback function is present or not. If it is present, then what we were doing, we were deleting the value, and if it is like, if it is present, okay, and the length of the value was greater than 1, then what we were doing, we were deleting the first index. Okay, and in cases where only one value is present or only one callback function is present, then we were just deleting that, right? So what I will do here, if this dot callback for this event, okay, dot length is greater than 1. Okay, so what we were doing in such cases, we were adding the value, we were deleting the value, or we were shifting the value, right? One, the beginning value, let's say we were calling first event 2 times, right? So it had 2 callback function. So when we will unsubscribe, so the first function that was, or the first uh, event that was emitted, it, the value or the callback function for that, it will be removed. Okay, so we will shift by one value only. So what we will do, we will shift from that value, this callback dot shift. Okay, now, and let it will happen when the value or the length of the value is greater than 1. If it is, let's say, equals to 1, okay, so in that case we will simply delete the array only. So we will delete this dot callback event. Okay, now this is when we are unsubscribing. Now in the case for emitting the, like, when we are emitting the event, then what we were doing, if the, like, if the callback function or the event has any value, then we will map it into an array, otherwise we will return an empty array. So we will check here if the value for callback function exists, right, for that event name. It event name exists, then what we were doing, we were returning this dot callback event, and whatever values we were having or the callback functions that were available in that, for those what we were doing, we were like sending the argument, so whatever the value will be returned, it will be mapped into our array. So we will use map and we will call callback function here with callback function, and each will be called with a right. Now if the condition is false, we will simply return an empty array. Now let's try to run it. So the sample test cases are passed. Let's try to submit it. Sorry. Let's try to submit it. Okay, we have a wrong answer here. Name is correctly event callback. So the error was getting caused due to this unsubscribe function. Okay, so we had seen here, right, the in the unsubscribe function, what we were doing, we were like checking for a callback function, and whatever like callback function was, for that like we have subscribed something. Okay, and for that we have, when we, for that function when we are unsubscribing or the callback function, for that the callback function should be removed. Okay, now here what we were doing, we were shifting the value. Okay, but here what was given here, that the the pattern was not defined, that the value will be at either at the means top or at the last. Okay, so the error was coming due to the reason because I was trying to emit or remove the only topmost value, right? So what I did is I removed this statement. Okay, I removed this shift statement. Now like here, for the unsubscribe method, we were telling, we were being told that we need to like remove the callback function from the list of subscription, and we need to return undefined. And for like almost all the test cases, this was correct. Okay, but there is a chance that the callback function is not present at the like top of the list. So in order to remove that edge case, what I did here, that I used filter function, and I searched for the callback function with which it is not mapping, and whatever like when for whatever functions it is not matching, it will be returned in normally in the like callback function value, and which is matching what means whichever function that is getting matched with this callback function that we have received here, right? This callback function, whichever function that we are receiving, it should not match with the value that we are getting here for unsubscribe, right? Means the callback function should be removed. So whenever this unsubscribe is being called, so for that what we will do, we will check this, that the callback function we are getting is equal or not. If it is equal, then we will not send it into the like final answer. Okay, and if we are not sending the value in the final answer, then it will be treated that the value is not defined, right? So now we will try to submit it again. So this code has been accepted. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please let me in the comments. And in order to continue with me in this coding journey, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.